And everyone is all over Rosie DiManno because she voted for Stephen Vogt over John Schneider for Manager of the Year. Okay.
I think she might even have done this to get the press, just because, it would come out. I wouldn't put it past her if you know her history. Not that I'm judging her. Let's just look at her resume. My thing is this. Why did Judge win the MVP? Because all the New York writers back
Hold on. You were saying earlier in the year that Judge deserved to win MVP.
Deserved?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was a very close vote.
Okay, and then what's the issue?
My issue is I bet you the New York people galvanized around their guy. Why couldn't our Toronto people galvanize around our
But hold
manager?
on, we're all over Schneider as not being a great manager, so now all of a sudden he deserves to win?
Look where he took us. He could be fired
Look
in a
where
year.
Stephen Vogt took Cleveland.
If it wasn't for the catastrophic collapse of the Detroit, they did go
Cleveland
nice.
went 20-7 down the stretch in September.
And they beat Detroit 8 of those games.
Thank
Epic
you
Detroit
and they had 2 guys get nailed for gambling, and they got through that.
I will give them the benefit of a doubt there. My theory is this, and maybe it's old school. Something about baseball, and it always comes up every year when somebody doesn't vote for somebody along that way. It's usually for a reason that's outside of baseball. I hope it's not. But the bottom line is usually people galvanize around the city, and let's be honest about this.
But that's not exactly right, though. You should vote for who you think deserves to
Okay,
win.
if she thinks I think if I had a vote, I'd have voted for Schneider, regardless.
I would. I can't say I would have.
Oh, I would have. I'm just saying because he went from last to first in the American League East, the toughest division in baseball, with everybody freaking not get. Cleveland was picked to make a playoff spot before a season. They made it last year. They were predicted as a wild
that's not
card.
the award. It's Manager of the Year. Not,
okay, so then
I know like the Manager of the Year and Coach of the Year, those can mean like other things. Like
agreed,
and even though they probably shouldn't.
Agreed. Double down on that. But the bottom line is, I'm just thinking you're giving Cleveland a month or 6 weeks, whatever they did. They made the run with Detroit collapsing because I say that's a huge part of it. But the bottom,
they still won.
Yeah, okay, but whatever the case may be, Schneider took a team that was 16-20, and everyone threw him on the scrap pile and went to the World Series. That's huge.
Playoffs doesn't matter.
Well, huge. He fended everybody off coming down. Look what the Jays had to do in the last 2 weeks just to win the division.
I know that's a scrap for it.
There you go. That had something to do with the manager. So any event, I'm just saying that I'm disappointed that there wasn't a little bit home bias. That's all.
You can listen to The House That Happens wherever you get your podcasts.